This is the Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, and I'm going to make a review on it. So this is Samsung's flagship phone, best of the best. Best cameras, best display. So let's see what they have to offer. So the display on this phone is a 6.8-inch dynamic AMOLED display, and it is super quick. It's 120 hertz adaptive, so it'll go from 1 hertz if you're not using it at all to 120 hertz depending on how you use it. Like if you're gaming, if the app supports it, it'll turn it up to 120, or it might be 60. So to give you the best battery life and performance, it adapts your refresh rate. So the screen, the brightness, it goes up to 1750 nits. So the screen it's protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2 and is really good. I have dropped this phone a couple times face flat, and it has survived really well. I'm really impressed about how good this phone is as far as drop protection goes, because it doesn't have a single dent or mark from when I dropped it, even without a case. So the design of this phone is really boxy, as you can tell, like all Note phones of the past and the S22 Ultra. It's really boxy, really cornered, which I actually kind of like because it gives it a unique appearance compared to iPhones and other Galaxy devices. So that I like the design. For this year, they decreased the curve. Like you can see here, it's more boxy here. So there are 4 cameras. Well, 5. So the selfie camera is a 12 megapixel. I'll show you some pictures of what that can do. It's not the best selfie camera, I would say. I don't use it often. I'd much prefer somebody taking a picture of me with the normal 200 megapixel camera. The ultra wide is a 12 megapixel. It's this top one up here. So now for the main camera, it's a 200 megapixel. That'll be this one right here. It's really good. Obviously, it's the best quality camera. So here's the 200 megapixel mode. It's I kind of wish it was still in the 9:16 aspect ratio rather than the 3/4, but that's fine. So this, you can actually zoom in a little bit and still get really good quality. They take really detailed shots, which I don't think iPhone has anything like that, where you can take a picture and zoom into it like this and get so much detail. Now, I was a bit shaky in this one, so it didn't capture right, but the 200 megapixel camera is really good. Now the zoom camera, that's really good. It's one of those from the Samsung S20 Ultra to this one. It's one of their more defining characteristics. It sharpens a lot of stuff a lot, which is good. I like that because if you need to read something from really far away, you can do that. The quality is not the best when you're fully 100 times zoom, but it's useful sometimes. I have used it to find like a schedule on the other side of the gym or something, and it's really useful. It's a party trick a lot of times with the moon picture because you don't really need it, but it's really cool. So portrait mode on this phone is also really well done. I think the skin tone needs a bit of tuning. Like on iPhones, the skin tone is much more natural. It's better. But I think it's okay. I like it this way because it does make you look a bit better. Cameras. So the battery. This is a 5,000 milliamp battery, and it lasts me over 1 day with about 15% left. And I use this phone really heavily for video editing and really heavy gaming. This phone's great as far as battery goes. I'd never have to charge this during the day. And if I need to charge somebody else's phone, I can do that. So you've got to go into this menu up here, and it should say wireless power sharing. There it is. So you just put your phone flat like that. You put it on the back and it should charge. It's pretty useful. The new processor makes the battery much more efficient. The Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 or Galaxy. It gets through stuff really quickly. Video editing is really fast. Okay, now for some of my favorite One UI features. So we've got Good Lock. So you've got all this different customization items. So you can customize from the keyboard to a custom one-hand operation to extra camera controls. One of my favorites is Keys Cafe. So we just open up Keys Cafe, and you can basically just style your keyboard however you want. So this one's called Registar. So you open this up, you hit back tap option. Okay, so so you can change the settings of this. So if you tap the back of your phone, it'll take a screenshot of it. Or you can use Google Assistant and any of these. Now the split screen functionality is so useful. You take an app, so let's say Gallery, and then maybe we'll open Samsung Notes. So you can start. So we'll start a new note. And instead of having to copy and paste every single one or something like that, you could just select the picture, drag it, and drop it. And it's in Samsung Notes now. And you can make this bigger and smaller. This is really good. iPhone doesn't have split screen. iPads do, which is strange why they give iPads this amazing feature, but not their iPhone. So as useful or unuseful the S Pen is, oh, you might have heard that, but that was a Nintendo Switch sound. So this is a Good Lock lab I was showing you earlier. So this is called Pentastic. You can make this sound basically anything you want. The custom sound. I have Nintendo Switch sound. Camera, so if you're taking like a selfie or something, you can have your S Pen out and take a picture. It's so easy and simple to do. A lot of people don't know about this, and a lot of people just really don't like the S Pen, but if you don't like the S Pen, just keep it in there or leave it. Or sell it if you want to. I'm sure you could get something for it. Smart Switch is really good because it allows you to switch from an iPhone to, here we go, an iPhone to Samsung really easily, or vice versa, or Samsung to Samsung. It is so easy just to do Smart Switch. Now I have transferred iPhone data to iPhone. It is much more difficult than Samsung to Samsung or iPhone to Samsung. That's super easy. Even iPad to Samsung, you can do that. And I've tried it. It's worked. So Smart Switch is definitely something you should consider while getting a Samsung and whether. Now, as much as I like this phone, I do have dislikes. This first one, the scratch resistance, is not great. Now, I've had this phone for 2.5 months. I'm very careful with this. So, I've got this really bad scratch right here. It's really visible. So, I've got this one here and this one. It's not good. It's bad. It's annoying. Now, SD card. That's a really big deal for some people. Now, this phone has 256 gigabytes of storage. It should have an SD card. SD card would sell so many more phones for Samsung compared to iPhone, because when was the last phone that they had an SD card? But that's basically all I have for this phone. I think the people who might be buying this phone will have like a Note 20 Ultra or an S20 Ultra, or maybe older than that. But Note users. And then iPhone users are sucked into their Apple world, but they can switch, and it's an easy switch with Smart Switch. Would I buy this phone over a Z Fold 4? Now, I would not buy this phone over a Z Fold 4 because I prefer a better display over better cameras. The cameras on that phone are pretty good, even compared to this one. They're great. If you don't like the folding idea, definitely this phone is a way to go. This was the TheRaptorWrangler, and I'll see you with my next video.